This is Star Wars The Clone Wars, Clone Commander Wolffe, number CW48, part of the second wave of 2011. This was a request from a subscriber named Darth Robin, and he requested it a little over a week ago. I just had a lot of brand new releases that I try to get my brand new figures up as soon as possible. And this guy wasn't going anywhere, so I am doing him now. I love this figure. This is one of my favorite Clone Wars figures, easily my favorite clone figure. He's pretty hard to find. If you found this guy in retail when he came out, consider yourself pretty lucky. Right now you can get him online. I actually found this guy at a Toys R Us maybe about 2 months ago. Alright, on to him in a minute. Let's look at his packaging first, as always. This is the older style Clone Wars packaging. Still really cool though. Actually kind of prefer this to the new packaging. This bag, there's a picture of the figure and his funny firing rocket launcher, small bio, and some figures from the rest of the wave. I have LS. I'm reviewing him soon. I have Anakin and the Aqua Droid. I'm looking for that Ahsoka. If anybody has that double-bladed Ahsoka and want to trade, hit me up. He's a Galactic Battle Game figure, which means he comes with a display stand, a little card that can fit in there with like stat points, and a dice. This is one of the newer dice that come with this figure. It's actually blue, and then you can play a little role-playing game with your figure with all your friends. He comes with his clone, his commanding officer clone helmet, and I really like his helmet. It's got a lot of nice paintwork on it and a lot of nice detail. Look at all that detail on there. I love all the blue designing on it in the back, and just like the little yellow bits there. I'm not actually sure what those are, but it looks great. I think he looks awesome in it. Some people kind of complain that his head's a little too fat, but I think he looks really cool. He looks very Boba Fett, as opposed to the thinner helmets that some clones have. I prefer to have him without the helmet because, you know, he's got such a cool face, which I will show you in a second. I don't know that. Blah, whatever. He comes with this blaster. I don't know if it's I guess it's I think, what do people call this thing? A carbine rifle or something? I don't really know. But it's decent. I mean, he can hold on to it pretty well, but I have this elastic band on it because his grip can be a little bit loose. But I don't know, he holds on it pretty good with the elastic band. It is a little loose. He can hold it, but if you get him a lot of intense posing and stuff, it might fall out. And he comes with 2 of the sidearm blaster pistols, which I think every clone commander should come with. Not all of them do. Captain Rex only comes with 1. I really like these guys though. They're really cool, smaller blaster pistols to have. You know, any commanding officer should have these things. They fit into his hands very well, and he's got a trigger finger on his right hand. They fit into these little holsters on the side very snugly. I mean, they're not going to go anywhere once you get them in there. And then he comes with this little gimmicky weapon. I really could care less about these little gimmicky things. I guess they're more for kids. But I mean, just because it's huge, he can't even hold this thing without falling him over anyway. You load this little spring rocket in there, and it fires out. So, well, yay. Who cares? He just looks a little bit silly with it, you know. It's, he can balance it on his arm, like that, or on his shoulder. But, it's way too big for him. So I typically don't use those things anyway. Alright, on to the figure. The sculpt is kind of it's a mixture of different body parts. He has the upper body of Clone Commander Cody, which you can tell by he has this little antenna thing on his left shoulder. And he has the lower half of Captain Rex, the first Captain Rex, I believe, which means he has the sculpted tunic here and the belt, and then his legs as well. And I really like this combo of clone body sculpt. This is my favorite. I don't really like any of the newer sculpts. A lot of them I feel like their legs are really long and their heads are too small, but this is definitely my favorite clone body. It's good. It's got great proportions. It's just the right size, and it's got really cool detail on it. It really looks like classic Star Wars stormtrooper, with the very simple armor here. Down there's a couple little grooves and indentations, just a little bit of detail. His paint, I really like his paint too. Of course it's the base white, and then he has this like gunmetal bluish type paint on his boots. I really like the jagged edges here on his arms as well. Really nice. It definitely has a very matte look to it. The white is a semi-gloss or satin finish, and then the grayish blue color, it's a very dull matte color, and it looks really good. Of course, he has the little Wolffe emblems on his arms. Really nice touch, and those are very neat, very sharp, very clean. One of my favorite parts about him, aside from the head, is his tunic. I really like this Sculpt tunic. Tunics can sometimes get in the way, but it's cut in the middle and in the back, so it really doesn't get in his way. I really like it. It looks really good. On the propulsion pack, Captain Rex, he has a soft goods tunic, and it doesn't look nearly as good. And this little antenna thing, it's made of a soft kind of rubbery plastic. It's pretty stiff though. It's not flimsy. Alright, and his head sculpt is awesome. Look at that head sculpt, man. That is sick. Real nice flat buzz cut, total flap top. I love his his widow's peak hairline, or I guess that's maybe not a widow's peak. I don't know. It's like a semi widow's peak, and of course his trademark Captain Wolffe scar, and his eyes it's like a silvery color almost. I really like the head sculpt on this guy. Really nice. I really like this figure. Oh, and as I said before, this hand, the left hand, has a trigger finger. The other one does not. I actually took a razor blade and kind of cut a trigger finger into there. I screwed it up a little bit, but I mean, it still works pretty well. In terms of quality control, I mean, there's not much I've seen wrong with these guys on the shelf, but the basic stuff: make sure his hairline is straight, his eyebrows, make sure his eyes are neat, make sure that his scar, make sure the paint inside the scar is nice and neat, not bleeding onto his skin. And of course, make sure the emblems on his arms are nice and neat. And then of course his helmet, you just want to make sure that antenna is not too bent. That is an easy fix, and make sure all those lines and designs are nice and neat on there as well. This bit can get bent in the packaging, and of course his weapons might get bent. So just keep an eye out for that. In terms of size, he's average clone size. Hold on a second, let me get another clone. Oops. Here he is next to Commander Cody. He's just a teeny, like a hair taller than him. And that's not just his hair either. His shoulders are higher than Cody's. His articulation, it's good. It's good for Star Wars figure. It definitely is. Ball jointed head, ball hinge shoulders, ball hinge elbows, ball hinge wrists. This one goes like that, and that one goes the other way. He's got a ball hinge chest, hinge hips, ball hinge knees, and ball hinge ankles. I don't really like the hinge hips. I've said it before, but I'm not really complaining about it on him, just because he looks so good standing up on his own. But better hip articulation would not go amiss. But I think he's a quality figure even without that. Final thoughts, like I just said, he's a very quality figure. He's my favorite clone figure, possibly my favorite Clone Wars figure of all, and maybe not. Definitely my top 10 Clone Wars figures. Really cool. I would rate this guy, I would rate him like a 7. For a Star Wars figure, I'd rate him a 9. He's an amazing Star Wars figure. Should you get him, I'm going to give you a definite yes. You can find him online. I would even pay a little bit more than retail price for him, but you might not want to, because he is a clone, and there are several clones that are almost exactly like him. But I really like this figure, and I think you'll really like it too. If you like clones, get this guy. He is a definite must-have for clone fans. Alright, well, I just wanted to thank all my subscribers. I recently pushed 250 subscribers, a little bit over, so thank you for that. I've got a couple more requests coming up. I got Marvel's Patriot, the new Pile Driver, and I just got the Ultimate Hawkeye from the Avengers Live. Really cool figure, and that'll be up soon too. Alright, well, that's all I got for him. Until next time, keep collecting.